WOCO for a while. I should have brought it, but that one was dry.
That's all right.
We're still awaiting the beginning of the parade, Michael.
Yeah, you just put it in before they're tired at the yeah.
We have out here all kinds of parades going on, and we have two copper culture bakers, and they're arguing which pie is the best. Each one has a shopping cart and some cream pies in the front of it, and they're arguing about whose is the best pie. They are cream pies, so you know what's going to happen, right? You just gotta have that feeling. The argument continues. The police car leading the parade is right up to them now. Well, they're going to move along, and so far neither one of the cream pies ended up, but somewhere along the line you know that one of those or both of those cream pies are going to end up in somebody's face. You just have that feeling. Oh, now the one's going to cut the tie off of the other one. Yeah, just cut his tie right off there and handed it to him. So now the other guy cut off his mustache. Cut the mustache right off of him. And the argument continues. Uh-oh. Now it's coming. Here it comes. You know those cream pies are going to end up in somebody's face.
Yeah, we're up to the judges' stand. Just about to the gamble store.
Just a matter of time.
Copy.
Oh, now they're heading off towards people. Who's going to get the cream pies? We've been entertained before the parade by all sorts of skits like this. Now they're going over towards the gamble store. They were over towards Ladies' Choice. Now they got somebody out there to test one, test the other. And she says, yuck. She says, oh, terrible. She just, oh. The expression on her face, and it just, oh, she got the pies. All four of them. You just knew it was going to happen. Somehow I have a feeling that she was part of the whole skit. I just have that feeling, don't you? Okay. Parade Marshal Ruben Lefebvre is the parade marshal for this year's Copper Culture Parade, the 1987 parade, and it gets underway as Ruben is passing in front of us right now. And I think it's fitting that he should be too at the same time. And going by us, a bunch of kids on decorated bicycles dressed up as Indians and whatever. Dorothy is with me once again. Hello, Dorothy.
Oh, well.
And this is the Marine Corps Color Guard of Green Bay, just passing. I hear a band way back there someplace, and I'm sure we're going to have that coming up too. I'm trying very hard to adjust my radio, and I'm not doing very well. Coming up next we'll be seeing the 1986 Copper Festival Queen. That's Teresa Campbell. She'll be coming along very shortly. And the mayor of WOCO, Glenn Garvey, should be coming. The chairman of the parade, they told me Jerry Finn would be coming along on one of these cars, but I haven't seen him, so I'm not too sure about that. Representatives for the DAV going by. This is Teresa Campbell right now. Copper Culture Queen from last year, 1986. Who's going to be the 1987 Copper Festival Queen? We're going to see the 4 candidates coming by us one at a time throughout the parade. Turned out pretty good, didn't it, Dorothy?
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad. Mayor of WOCO, Glenn Garvey. Saw him out in work clothes this morning, trying to get everything together. And a gentleman in a grass skirt. No, that isn't. It's a feathered skirt. And he's selling all kinds of souvenirs. You want a souvenir, Dorothy?
Not really.
No. You really don't, huh?
There's Van Sistine.
Senator Van Sistine going by, driving his own car yet.
Oh.
Cornell?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Father Cornell going by.
Never misses.
Democrat salute WOCO. And a little car by Hardee's driving along. And a gentleman who is obviously too big for the car because that little youngster sits right through the top of the roof. Or maybe it was designed that way. And the Hardee's car behind it. I wonder if they got sandwiches for everybody in the back of that, in that big Hardee's bag.
Good morning, and welcome to the 5th Annual Copper Festival. I would like to direct your attention right now to the stage on Main Street where the folks are from WOCO Radio. We are indebted to them. If Walt would like to say a few words right now, I want to see how this, will this work if I put the speaker on the radio?
I don't know, Jerry.
Go ahead.
Very good, Jerry. Thank you very much. We're glad to be here.
Look at that, that's how he did.
Jerry Finn.
WOCO Radio.
I hate to tell you that Jerry couldn't get the window rolled down before, and we had to show him how the car works. Gotcha, Jer. We have the taco sale. It says right next to it, next to Gamble's, fresh and zesty soda pop. That's a nice little, that's a bicycle trailer.
Look at the little girl. Aren't they
What's she
cute?
dressed like?
I don't know. Little girl.
Looks like, what's that program called with the bonnet on it? Yeah, the bonnet and the long dress, the unicycle, the Indians with the teepee on the back of the wagon, the animals and tigers and lions.
That's what I should do, Mike.
Or is it lions and tigers and bears?
Right.
Little kids in battery-operated vehicles driving
There
along.
you go, Walt.
What's that?
A
Unicycle,
that's
right.
what you need.
The WOCO Band. This is the WOCO Copper Culture Twins. You want to describe this one, Dorothy?
It's two and a great big shirt and a great big pair of pants. I think the size 52.
And they're both dressed in the same outfit. How? Pearl Christopherson and Tammy Denreiter. All in the same outfit. It's like wearing two skirts. Okay, where are we at now, Dorothy? La Fortune Auction and Realty with Don and Linda and all of the rest of them on there, showing how they videotape everything. They have the trading post behind them with the teepee set up and the trading of yesteryear. Oh, there's some pretty nice furs on there and a nice double-barreled shotgun on the back. Unloaded, I noticed. The barrels were empty. Just checking that out. Dorothy, is that following our sheet here at all?
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Okay, what have we got now? Dr. John Hanisch, along with other people as part of the O'Connell Memorial Hospital float. And driver, Dr. Chung. And who is that laying up there with the broken leg?
Can't see.
It says, visit our new OB department, complete with a rocking chair. Well, that's got to be part of a OB department, right?
Right.
This is Lisa. I can't make that out.
Demonic. No.
Queen candidate. Whoever wrote it doubled it up, and my eyes look like they're doubling. Lisa Zamanek. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Lisa Zamanek. She is one of the Queen candidates going by.
Yeah, looks like the last word is a T, but it's really a K because it's doubled up like that.
I thought for a while my eyes were going bad.
No.
Coming up behind us is the O'Connell Area Chamber of Commerce float. And we have three lovely young ladies on it. It says Past Festival Queens. And that's got to be Lisa Grohl?
No.
Not Lisa. Hell, Grohl, Zahn, and Brabant. They didn't fill me in with the names. Lisa Brabant.
Yeah, it's Lisa Brabant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lori Zahn.
Lori Zahn, and who else, Doreen?
Cindy Girl.
Cindy Girl, thank you. That's why we brought Doreen along with us. Right behind us, it says June is Dairy Month. And it's a little four-wheel ATV with a youngster on it. Also passing along some candy. They've been talking an awful lot about not throwing candy from floats, but they didn't say anything about not throwing them from people walking and that sort of a thing. So here we go with the Cub Scouts. Then and Now. Cub Scout Pack 4084, sponsored by the First American Lutheran Church. We've got a lot of Cub Scouts and the Indians, or at least those dressed like Indians, right behind them. And of course, Brother Edward, as we normally see in the parade. Okay, what's this behind us now? It says Democrats. No, that isn't right either. In action. Big brothers and big sisters is what it should say. Brotherhood in action. Big brothers and big sisters. I wonder if Tammy Zinther was in there. I couldn't quite see.
And here's your
Here's
Shriners.
the Shriners coming along with their little vehicle. Little yellow vehicle driving along. And here comes the motorcycle crew.
Here's Doreen's
With the little
boyfriend.
sprees.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a clown. These guys are all on Honda sprees. Didn't we see them do some zigzags last year?
Yeah.
Maybe they're concerned with the wet roads that they're not going. Remember they had those little bitty cars last year too. I don't see those in the parade yet. The old fire engine is part of the Shriners driving along, and here's a bicycle for you, Dorothy. It has on it a very small front wheel, a larger back wheel, and the guy sits up at least 10 foot in the air.
I'd have to have longer legs.
Yeah. I wonder if he blows his horn yet. I think you'd have to practice driving that bicycle around for a while. I think even Bernie Metzler would have trouble riding that bike.
Right. Well, I think he needs a start.
Oh, I thought maybe for a while that we were going to have a ticket.
Check to see if there's fuel.
Might have run out of gas in the middle here because that little yellow car just quit in the middle. Well, give her a couple of pulls there. Woody, see if you can get her going. Coming up next is the 1986 O'Connell Little League champions from Ace Hardware and Plumbers.
I think everybody should have gave them a big cheer for all that work. Oh.
And here they come, the 86 O'Connell Little League champions. And a whole baseball squad there with their trophies.
Oh, there you are, Walt.
Oh, and he's not singing either. Bicycle Bill for two, Ed Wildy and his wife as part of the O'Connell County Historical Society. Here's another Queen candidate, Dorothy. This is Lori Sullivan.
Here they're singing now.
See if we can listen to this. Did real well, by golly. Kevin Smoot, G. Kevin Smoot Insurance Services from Gillette with a big old dragon on top of the car. Oh, it says insurance premiums dragging you down. Oh, come on. That's great. Behind that, who's this, Dorothy?
Frank Pillsbury.
Frank Pillsbury is part of what?
Just this three-wheeler.
Okay, three-wheel ATV. It says Catch the Spirit. Part of United Methodist Church, it says on the back. And that's part of this one, too, because this is probably the United Methodist Church. And they have all the kids dressed up as in the early days of O'Connell or whatever it may be. Obviously O'Connell. It says, you are welcome at the Abrams and O'Connell United Methodist Churches. What do we have here, Dorothy?
This is the Dan Pillsbury, the Junior Elks Bowling kids.
Junior Elks Bowling. And they have, looks like a big bowling bag.
With a ball.
With a ball sticking up the top, and it's all on top. That's the float. For those who might see, there's a little bitty, I'm sure, ATV inside of it, and you see this bowling bag coming down. It says this fall, Saturday Junior League, Sunday Family League, and what is this? It says Biff. I don't know what. Mary would have to help me with Biff. He's got antennas on the head and green face. Maybe Doreen can. You don't know who Biff is either? Ah, okay, Doreen can't help either. O'Connell County Fairest of the Fair, Mary Beth Crozier. Okay, now coming up after that, Marinette and O'Connell Beekeepers Association. Don't want to get that wrong because I might get stung. And of course, that's a honey of a job too, isn't it? Kind of sweet. We have the M&O Beekeepers Association Queen. You might get a chance to meet her when we go to breakfast on the farm tomorrow, Dorothy.
Right.
Maybe they'll have some sample honey. The Republican Party of O'Connell County coming by right now. And after that, the Village Raiders Color Guard of Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Give a listen. Maybe they'll play us some. First of all is going to be the, it's the flags, color guard, and the drums. Okay, it's the color guard. I thought there was a whole band behind yours. I didn't look around the corner. Color Guard of Ashwaubenon. They stopped in front and gave us a demonstration with their flags and rifles as they went through, and followed right now with the drum section, of course. Okay, we're going to follow that up now with Sue Lavalette, Queen candidate. pretty queen candidate going by, Sue Lavalette. One of these is going to be the 1987 Copper Culture Queen. You get a chance to talk with her, too. That's a nice job with this, by the way. You get to talk to some of these girls.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I noticed that. Whenever I find you, talking to a girl.
The American Bank of Wisconsin has a rural fire department. It says Lena Spruce and Stiles.
They're throwing pennies.
Yeah, they're throwing pennies, huh? That's because it's the copper culture. Here you see?
Right.
A lot of the bank employees on the back, of course.
Oh, here it comes.
Bob Campbell and his little bitty car here, part of the
I remember one of those cars, Walt. Do you?
I brought one home one time, and you drove around in it. That was before we had our
Lawrence.
first child, right? Here's a float for Gamble's of Ocado, and of course Ocado Furniture in the back. And we've got, some beautiful furniture from Ocado Furniture, lawnmowers, and I bet you they don't have to cut that grass in the back of that float. Oh, they look comfortable on the back. I really should mention that.
Look at Bob. He's really giving those pennies out.
Oh,
See,
yes,
Doreen,
he is.
She's been down there.
Giving away copper. Thank John McTravers for preparing this list, and it's been in order too, which is really great. Okay, what do we have next, Dorothy? Dow Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and a fleet of trucks coming by. Those nice looking black trucks.
Yes, they are.
And all polished up too. You didn't get our vehicle polished up, Dorothy.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Brothers 3 pizza for hungry people. I wonder if they have pizza to go there, or. And behind that is Head Start, Family and Child Learning Centers, and a whole group of youngsters in there. People who work with Head Start. All waving. Well, I bet you those kids did the decorations too, Dorothy.
I bet you they did
all
too.
finger painting on the sides. Driven by a little John Deere. Oh, what's this? Wagner Shell. We have a bunny. We've got a chicken, I guess, or rooster, or whatever. We've got a bunch of people with cards. And all decked up with hearts and balloons. Oh, and they're going to let balloons go. They're going to do it. Dorothy, they're going to let some balloons go out of the back of the truck. There they go.
Yay!
There we go. Gotta be 100 balloons, maybe 1,000.
Oh, they got it stuck. They can't get it to
Get
come
the rest of them go. They had a whole truckload of helium-filled balloons covered with a net, and they let the whole batch go. And there they go. Heading off towards the west. Mary back at the radio station. Well, I don't know. They're going to go south of you, I'm afraid. A lot of the workers from Wagner Shell on the back.
That Lynn's little girl?
They have hearts and cards all over.
Little girl, okay?
And they're passing out goodies for the kids as well.
Oh, there's Wayne.
There's Wayne's. Wink and Wayne's. Rumble Mobile. That's Squirrely Shirley in the back, of course. That's the mother-in-law seat back there. Canoe, find your way into Wayne's Family Restaurant. We have a canoe being dragged along as part of a float. And, of course, people dressed up as part of the Copper Culture. Some real good floats this year. Part of the 87 Copper Culture. Parsons Chevrolet and Buick of Antigo. And behind us, the Marinette High School Band. And we're going to listen to the Marching Marines from Marinette. going into formation right now as part right down the middle in their white, red, and blue outfits, followed by the color guard with multicolored flags. Been given a demonstration by the marching from Marinette High School. What do they call themselves? Right, that's the Marinette High School band. And marching Marines, and they've got a big parade coming up as their 100th centennial for Marinette. Okay, there'll be
Anybody tell me how far that parade is up there yet? How's it going up there?
What is it? A prize given out for one of the best bands, and that does not count the Oconto band. They don't want themselves to be considered.
Head towards Moria Field or
This
what?
is part of the ski show right now from the Skiing Patriots, and they're coming through with their hydrodyne boats and whatever they have. And here comes a group of the Skiing Patriots.
We got a cop down
skiing
over here
along.
On, next to
Obviously, they have rollers on the bottom. And they're going to be doing a demonstration. I didn't bring a sheet along, obviously, today, but I think it's 2 o'clock this afternoon. They'll be demonstrating out at City Docks.
Yeah, okay.
Goodness gracious. Okay, Dorothy, who's this? The American Legion?
Okie dokie.
And it looks like the American Legion ball team. Just says American Legion float, and we've got a bunch of youngsters on there. And they are giving out the candy. Goodness gracious. We're in the wrong place, Dorothy. We should be down there.
Down below.
Behind that is going to be Sunshine Reveal Drill Team from Ashwaubenon. And it's a group of youngsters with the practice rifles as far as the drill team from Ashwaubenon, Sunshine Review. And they are youngsters, Dorothy, in pink blouses and blue culottes. Followed by, right?
Right.
Right, okay. Followed by 4 youngsters with the drums. Gonna get a demonstration. Sunshine Drill Team from Ashwaubenon giving us a demonstration of how they can perform. And it's a group of youngsters now marching. How old would those girls be, do you think, Dorothy?
I would say 8 or 9 the most.
Yeah. Real nice job.
The boys on the drums aren't, I bet you, more than 10. Maybe 11 if the most, but I bet 10. They were good.
Yes, they were. Very much so. KJ's Hair Design.
Salon.
From where?
Salon.
Salon.
Yeah,
It looks like
good.
design. D-E-S-I-G-N, it says on the bottom.
Salon.
Well, I'm reading the truck, Dorothy. What can I say? K&J's Hair Salon. Styling. I never had to worry about that.
Ah.
Tinting, and they have some girls in the back. One is dressed up like a comb and scissors and a bottle of tint. You got something to replace what never mind. Sir Charles, look for new additions to our menus, it says, especially for you. The bartender is driving, I see. Look for new additions to our menus. Okay. And they have in the back of the truck a table, 2 chairs, and it says, especially for you. Queen candidate, Mitzi McTavish, sitting up here. And I always say this every year, Dorothy, I'd hate to have to choose which one.
That's
It's going to be the queen. Of course, I'd choose you for a queen every time. But
Oh. Oh, it gets too thick now.
What do we got here, Dorothy? McChickeny Riders Horse Club. The flag says Triple W Saddle Club.
Now that might be, because I
These-
think they're two different, but
Yeah,
somewhere
these-
along the line we've gone off of,
These are draft horses coming right now, Dorothy. Big hoofs on them.
yeah.
And they're dragging along a four-wheeled trailer, large trailer, nice wagon, I guess you'd call it. And some riders after that coming along.
Yeah, that's Triple W Saddle Club.
Yeah.
Maybe they came in and didn't realize they were coming.
This is the Shiloh. It says live music,
Okay, see where this
horseshoe turning. We kind of bounced around here, okay. Riders. And they have a hay wagon with hay on the back and live music, antique car show Sunday. Then this is Intercessors for Life. Some children never have a chance. Work to stop abortion. And they have a float with like a rocker and all the play toys and no one on it. I think I get the message, Dorothy.
right.
I think I got the message. And we've got a kind of a stop in our parade right now. And you know what? Weather-wise, I was kind of concerned because out at the radio station, it was raining quite heavily. And then out here, it started to drizzle lightly. And I talked to Jerry Finn earlier where we were setting up. But now that the parade started, it's just been comfortable. Now we have the float for Search. It says Search is Sheriff's Emergency AM Radio Community Helpers. And it's a CB group that helps the Sheriff's Department in controlling traffic and looking for people and other things of that nature. The Search organization.
That's all right, David.
People helping people, and it is a good organization. You got to give them a lot of credit because they donate a lot of time. Okay, obviously there's a large truck coming with a flatbed truck on the back of it. And there is music on it. I think it's the band we heard before. And if my guess is correctly, it's probably Woody's.
Oh, they really got it out of line.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, what the heck.
However you want to.
Sometimes a truck this size has a hard time getting around, but they did her up big this time because it is a large truck. We're going to give a listen to the music as soon as they get within earshot because the speakers are facing the other way. But they have a live group on there. Not dead, they're live. Probably some of the music you're going to hear at Woody's okay. Today, tonight, tomorrow night. Give a listen.
If you don't like living, you just leave the small hair country fall alone. Yeah.
Okay, music from, it doesn't say on the back what it's from, but I'm just guessing.
Tego.
It's what?
That's Tego.
Hagel? Okay.
He's not.
But is it Woody's float or not?
No.
No?
That's Tego. No, that's Tego. That's Tego.
Okay. Ron Pagel, okay.
Unless Tego's
There was no signs on the float at all, so I was kind of confused there. Okay.
yeah, I wonder if that's that. Well, there's no name.
On the back of this one might have a name, and this has a group of Hawaiian, a little grass skirt and the whole works there, Dorothy. With the sand and the water and the whole thing, and on the back it says Aloha Riverside Bar. That is cute. That's a cute bar. Cute bar. Cute float. Here comes your souvenirs again, Dorothy. Class of 45, Ocano High School. From Bake Brothers. Okay, the old truck there. Blower again. Okay, Carriage House Country Gifts from 423 School Street in Ocano coming by. Still getting the music from Pagel back there. Sounds good. Not that, that's a truck.
Well, Wayne's restaurant one too, right?
Yeah. I don't know who this one is. It says for sale. Electric. And I can't read anymore. But on the back of a car, there's a trailer, and they have like, it's a very, very small boat that obviously is a two-seater, and it's probably electrically operated. And it's probably about all we could see. It's kind of our style, Dorothy.
Peter English.
Pete English with two electric boats.
boats.
Electric boats, okay.
Here's the stop.
Clever. The stoplight in, and definitely an older car. Stoplight in, motel bar and grill. Stop lumber construction with a picnic table on the back and a couple of ladders. Truck all set there. Building and remodeling. They don't throw that candy up high enough, Dorothy.
Well, I think the little ones really
The little
need
ones?
it. Yeah.
I'm not
The
a little one
ones-
anymore?
No, you're past that.
Oh.
About 2 years.
Oh, okay. I should remind everyone, when we leave here, when the parade is over, we're going to try to pack up quickly, and we're heading over towards Memorial Field, where the coronation of the Copper Queen is going to be. There was supposed to be a band concert earlier, but we were told that that will not happen. So shortly after 12 noon or whatever, we'll be back on the air from Memorial Field, and we'll bring you what is happening out at Memorial Field and the festivities out there for the coronation of the Queen. Tomorrow morning, Dorothy and I will be heading out towards between O'Connell Falls and Gillett for the breakfast on the farm at the Blazer Farm, Alton Blazer Farm. So after 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll be broadcasting from the Alton Blazer Farm on breakfast on the farm. And we get our annual breakfast out there at the same time. A 1950 Chrysler Royal. Goodness gracious. Okay, Scott Paper coming up behind with their large truck.
I'm up there, so they give you
With all sorts of paper products from O'Connell Falls. Last year they were passing along samples of paper towels. Goodness gracious. Little kids along the line putting their ears, or fingers in their ears, figuring that if he blows that horn again. Real lightly.
how that makes the kids feel good when they toot that horn. You can
Yeah,
just
they
watch
do.
Their eyes light up.
Yeah, do it again, huh? Do it again. Right behind it is a open truck from Scott Paper. And that's what they're doing. They're flipping out samples of Scott towels. Made in O'Connell Falls, of course. And a whole bunch of people following along. Are they looking for free samples?
I
Dorothy,
think
think?
so.
Or are they passing them along to people?
No, I think they're doing both, but I think there
Yeah.
are people following to get some.
Following Scott Paper, I'm guessing, is the Guadalupe Chapel float. Is that...
Holly John. Yeah, see, they're going to stop now.
Yeah. You're not yelling loud enough, Dorothy.
Hey, when I get food, think the judge is done?
Goodness gracious. And this one is, I would guess this is Guadalupe Chapel
Right.
with a float, I'll describe it.
Well, how do you describe it? Blessed Virgin Mary and...
You're back. And a young man in early colonial type style, or the woodman styles, in front. Guadalupe, Mexican almost. Visit Guadalupe Chapel in Oconto.
This is Machickeny Riders.
Okay, here comes Machickeny Riders now. All righty. We'll get them in right order yet, Dorothy.
Jeanette's horse doesn't like anybody. It's going to tell them all off.
And they have like a one white horse, kind of a whitish or milk white horse in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, a whole stack of horses coming along now. quarter horse varieties and everything you want to mention, I would guess, in whites and browns and blacks. All part of Machickadee riders. And again, as we've mentioned probably years past, it takes a lot to get these horses to settle down amongst all of the noise and the tooting of horns and the kids running back and forth and people all over. And they're saying, what are we going through? Why don't we ride through woods where it's nice and quiet? But they keep them under control. And do a good job at it too. We're down to in the 50s someplace as far as the parade entrants are concerned. To give you an idea how big the parade is. We've got another parade probably coming up this year, and that'll be coming from Lena, Larry, later on this year, towards fall. It's part of the Lena Dairy Fest. I believe I understand that's still on. And again, our parade is kind of slowed down slightly now, as those on horseback have to hold up for things going on in front of us. I'm hoping that nobody's having any problems taking that hard turn from Main Street to Madison, back up Madison. The parade will go back up Madison and then over Superior back west. Or is that north? Well, anyway. Yeah, north up Superior to Memorial Drive, and then we'll wrap up at Memorial Park. And we'll have some festivities going on at Memorial Park as part of the Copper Culture Festival. A lot of things going on this weekend. We mentioned the Skiing Patriots doing several performances out at City Docks. We've should mention the Buyer Home and the ice cream social tomorrow at the Buyer Home. All day today and tomorrow there's demonstrations out at Copper Culture Park. Not only going through the home out there, but demonstrations on lead pouring and candle making and all that sort of a thing like that. And this poor clown on the back has got the job of cleanup for the horses. They don't have the bicycle jobbies before. He's got just a super duper pooper scooper, and he just works away at it. Northport Boats. Sierra by Northport, it says, is what it is. And this is, does your little list give you any hint here, Dorothy?
They must be all belong to,
There's Miracraft Boats?
yeah, the Northport Boat.
It must be Miracraft and other different varieties of boats from Northport? Could be. This is obviously a fire truck.
Menominee.
It says Menominee on it, fire truck, and it has NWTI written on the side. And and of course, some more favorites for the kids. Those kids are going to be sick. There's no two ways about it. We haven't had any of the problems that they were talking about where kids have been running into the floats or anything.
Well, they've been throwing it out, candy out. There's some that didn't go out too far, and if they went after it.
Look at this coming up, Dorothy. It has got to be like a Flintstone car. It is all wood. The wheels are chunks of trees that have been cut. Obviously not round. Far from being round. And the thing is running. It's got its own engine, which you can hear. And I hope those wheels, those chunks of tree stumps don't crack. But that's exactly what it is. They're tree stumps made into wheels. Can you read the back? I can't read who the float is from.
Trail Busters four-wheel drive.
Okay,
Club.
Trail Busters for a wheel drive club. Okay, and it's a wooden, totally wooden truck. Look at that thing going. It's not round wheels. They're far from being round. That's great. That's really great. Area Antique Tractor. This comes from the Surrey Association. Is
Yeah.
that what that is? We had Yale of Green Bay earlier with a Yale truck. This is Area Antique Tractor from Surrey Association Limited. And we have some more four-wheel drive trucks coming up behind right now as part of the four-wheel drive group, I'm sure. We could have got in it with our four-wheel driver, Dorothy. And a whole group of custom vehicles of all varieties, from four-wheel drive, you name it. Now, I always wondered if they took a car and they jacked up the back like this one, where the front is down, the back is up. You're always going downhill, so you would never need any gasoline to go, right? You don't believe that's right, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, we have some more four-wheel drives. These are the vehicles that are real mudmobiles. I wonder if they were in the four-wheel drive pull last night.
They were last night.
Yeah, all jacked up with the big old mud tires on them.
Go Nuts is first place.
Okay. Modified, first place, Ocado. Oh, I'll tell you. You need a stepladder to get into some of these. They've got the trophy behind it, too. Now we're going to find out what this is all about, because there's a sign on the back of this truck. They never put them on the front where you can see them.
Well, that
Foster-
sign they wouldn't have been able to see where they were going.
Okay. Ocano Trail Busters. Special thanks to Foster Construction for a great job on the track. Okay, there you go. Now we know that's all
Here's
about.
cruisers.
Ah, isn't that a pretty boat? Cruisers. And all of the boats that kind of make our mouths water.
Right.
Speaking about mouth watering. Some new designs on some of these boats, Dorothy.
They're very pretty.
Mm-hmm. And in purple, too. You wouldn't mind one of those boats, would you, Doreen?
No.
No? Okay, we're kind of held up again right now, but a lot of people looking. I wonder if some of the hold up is making that corner.
Yeah, and if your bands are performing along the way for people. they
That's true.
stop.
That's true. I hope the lead person doesn't make the wrong turn there when they come up Madison on Superior. We'll see them coming back again. I'm sure not. Twin drive on the back of that. Beautiful boat by Cruisers. Here comes another one. They brought quite a few of their boats for display. No free samples though, I guess. No rowboats, huh? Bernie Metzler says he didn't see any rowboats. There's a youngster in the front of that truck. He's waving away. No one riding the boats today, though, Dorothy.
No,
That's a beautiful boat. They even had it set up so you can get back into the boat off the water with the step ladder coming up. Remember the boat my folks had? Always had a hard time getting back into that boat.
Her step was a high one.
Yes, it was. Ocano Elks Lodge, and they have a flatbed and an old table with chairs and all of the Constitutional Convention people sitting around the table, and it says, "Our Constitution." 1787 to 1987, and of course we're celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Constitution and the convention that built our Constitution. And we've been talking about that on WOCO for quite a few days now, about those things building up to our Constitution and what was involved into all of that. So there they are, all sitting around the table. And it was a hot time in Philadelphia. Real hot days, 200 years ago, 1787. And we have, just in case anybody got stuck, Amor's service brought their vehicles into display. In case we can't get our Jeep started, we know, you know, we can...
You'll hook on and pull.
The traditional yellow and red from Amor's Wrecker Service in Ocala, including the Big Beast. A couple of youngsters on bicycles following along. And we've got two draft horses, the Big Hoofs, with another farm wagon. And a couple on there, all decked out and Western regalia, and the milk on the back. Milk wagons. I'll bet you there's no milk in those cans though, Dorothy.
I bet not.
Parade Chairman John McTravers, part of the Ocala Business Association parade sponsor. John will be able to breathe a sigh of relief when the parade is over. He was nervous as all get out this morning.
Yeah.
That is a job and a half. More people stop up to see you and say, I want to be in the parade, you know. Don't forget, put my name down. And he's got to try to get all of that stuff listed and put together. And it's going to follow up with police, a group of cars, and a bus. And I think that's going to do our parade. We had 68 entrants officially put on our list that was in front of us right now. Should follow with the Ocala Fire Department, but I don't see the fire department behind us. So I'm feeling that this is probably going to finish up our parade, Dorothy.
Yeah, well,
And there we go with the 1987 Copper Culture Parade. And we've been part of every one of these, Dorothy.
oh yeah?
And we've seen
Right.
every one of them and enjoyed every one of them. And we're going to close it off here very quickly now. And Dorothy and I will be joining you at Memorial Field. And hopefully we're going to have, and Bernie Metzler also. Bernie is videotaping this because we keep a videotape copy of all of this. Now, we should sneak over there now and find out who's going to be the winners of the floats. And, you know, we could put our microphone down in front of
Well,
them.
they must be secret because even Mrs. Glenn has to leave. So
Yeah.
they must be really in a big powwow
They're in
here.
a big powwow now to find out who's going to be the winners. We'll tell you when we get to Memorial Field, all right? We'll have a listing of who's going to be the winners of the parade. And here comes a bus with the Ocala County Elderly Transportation. You have a radio inside there? Are you listening to us? You're not listening to us, huh? Okay, well, gosh sakes, I'm glad you were part of our parade for sure. And we'll tell you who the winner of the parade is going to be and the bands and the whole thing. We'll see you at Memorial Field, and we'll be there shortly after 12 noon. Mary Kay will take it back. She'll have the news and the sports and everything going on at WOCO Radio. She'll pass it back to us somewhere after 12 noon. Mary, you're in tune with WOCO AM Radio, Ocala, Wisconsin. This has been a public service broadcast of WOCO. Y'all, you're going to have to listen, Mary.
Anytime you want to come up, we don't charge less than $100 a minute. If you got the money, honey, boy, we charge.
You have to come in off another 5 days. She fell off the couch. She fell off the couch and either broke her arm, sprained it, or...
And a lot of participation. And I think if you people will just follow the program this weekend, there's something for everyone. Very much. And have a good time this weekend.
Thank you, Glenn. I'd just like to take this time also to thank everyone involved in putting this on, and all the people in the committees and the city workers and just everyone in general. I don't want to take too much time to mention any names, and so thanks to everyone. And now at this time I'm going to introduce the Queen candidates, and if each one would please stand as your name is called and then be seated. You can applaud each one if you like. The first one is Lori Sullivan. Sue Lavalette. Mitzi McTavish. And Lisa Zemanek. The first thing, now this is new. Last year was the first time we had this, a first runner-up for the candidates. And I might add that they had, as always, a difficult time, and the judges had a difficult time in choosing the queen, because all of these girls are certainly qualified to be the queen of the Old Copper Festival. This is for the first runner-up of the Copper Festival is Sue Lavalette. The first runner-up receives a $15 gift certificate from Ladies' Choice, downtown Oconto, and also a sash and flowers. Flowers are donated by Glenn's Place, downtown Oconto. And now for the 87 Copper Festival Queen. As I say, it has been very difficult in choosing her. The judges had a very difficult time. The Queen was chosen on her poise, appearance, manners, and a general attitude towards Oconto and towards the future. As long as it's not raining too hard, I just like to take a little time because it's more fun that way. So I had the envelope. I love it, I love it. In this very envelope here is this is the Queen. 3 judges on it. That's right. The name's on? Mrs. Holohan. The judges are Mrs. Holohan, Mrs. Dodds, and Mrs. Rosenfeld. See, I knew that. I just want to see if she knew it. By the way, this is Teresa Campbell. She's the Queen from last year. The present year, I mean. Our reigning Queen. The mayor said that. And now, the Queen for the Old Copper Festival for 1987 is Lori Sullivan. The reigning Queen gets a $50 savings bond certificate from the American Bank of Wisconsin. And the crown that the Queen receives is from the 14 Karat Shop downtown Oconto. Congratulations. This is the savings bond from the bank. The first duty of the 1987 Copper Festival Queen will be to make a presentation on behalf of the Old Copper Festival Steering Committee to the Copper Culture Historical Association. Will you please welcome the new Queen, Lori Sullivan.
The 1987 Old Copper Festival has proven that the people of Oconto can unite in a spirit of cooperation without fear of competition and put forth something that everyone can take pride in. Oconto has so much to offer, and the Old Copper Festival not only teaches visitors about Oconto, but it also awakens our awareness of all the good things that Oconto has. As you know, the name Old Copper was given to the festival because of the historical uniqueness of the Copper Culture State Park. It is therefore befitting that the Old Copper Festival Steering Committee donate the Copper Culture Historical Association to help cover the cost of maintaining our state park. With this in mind, I take great pleasure in presenting you this check for $100.
Thank you, Lori. That's very nice, and believe me, we appreciate this. If it weren't for private donations, we wouldn't have a museum at the Copper Culture Park. I'd like to, as Jerry said, welcome everybody to the 1987 Old Copper Festival. We have a lot of special historic reenactments going on this weekend, including a fur trade era camp and fur trade post set up out at the Copper Culture Park. And there's also some special events going on at the Beyer Home on Sunday. So please take a few minutes this weekend to think about the heritage we have in the community here, and I think you'll enjoy everything. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Pete. I'd like to thank everyone again for coming here for the coronation and for being in town generally. Stay around town all the rest of the day and tonight and all day tomorrow. And don't forget there'll be a ping pong drop in exactly 15 minutes over the center of this field. I think rain or shine. I guess they'll drop it if it's raining. And also, if you can make it, go to breakfast on the farm at Blazer Farms, Highway 22 between Oconto Falls and Gillett. That's always a good cause. Thanks again, and have a very nice weekend. This is Bill Borneman. He has the winners of the parade.
I think you'll all have to agree we had an excellent parade, and the 5 judges had a really tough job, and they just finished about 2 minutes ago, so a lot of discussion with so many great floats, so much ingenuity put into them, and it was a really difficult job. Then the best band, the first place winner was Marinette High School. The second place winner was the Village Raiders. The best original float, first place was Wagner Shell. Second place was the Oconto County Historical Society. The best commercial float, this was a real problem. We had a tie for first to the Riverside Bar and La Fortune Auction and Realty. The best civic, Oconto Memorial Hospital was first. The Boy Scout float for second. And in the miscellaneous category, the first place float was Oconto Elks. And the second was the Kitty Parade by the Oconto Women. Have a second. Outstanding floats, I'm sure you'll all agree, by all participants. Thank you.
Bill.